Good morning. Today we are going to concentrate on multiplying a binomial by a binomial. So in our first example, we are having x minus 1, which is multiplied by x plus 2. So we have two brackets multiplying each other. You have to understand that each term in the first bracket is going to multiply every term in the second bracket. So by so doing, it means this x is going to multiply the second bracket, which is x plus 2. Then the negative 1, which is in the first bracket here, is going again to multiply the second bracket, which is x plus 2. Now we have two sets of monomial multiplied by a binomial, which needs to be simplified. So this x times this x, we get x times x. Then this x times this 2, we get x times 2. We do not have to forget the signs. Then here we now have a negative 1 times x. Here it is a negative 1 times x. Then we have a negative 1 times the 2. Then we have negative 1 times 2. We have multiplied. We now need to simplify our answers. X times x, we get x squared. Then here we have plus x times 2, we get plus 2x. Here we have minus 1 times x, we get minus x. Here we have minus 1 times 2, we get a negative 2. But if we check the part which is highlighted here, these are like terms because they both contain x and the x's are raised to the same exponent, which is 1, 1. We have to take note there. The x which is squared here, it's not like these x's which are here because this first x is being raised to the power 2, but these other 2x are being raised to the power 1. So that's why we highlighted that part in green. These represents like terms. So we have to simplify those like terms. Plus 2x minus x, we get an x. Then we rewrite to write our final answer is x squared. Here it is the part which is in green, which represents like terms. When simplified, it's going to give us a positive x. Then we take the last term, which is minus 2. This becomes our answer. Then we move on to our example 2, whereby we are having two brackets multiplying each other. In this case, we now having m minus p, which is multiplying n plus 1. Meaning to say the m in the first bracket is going to multiply everything in the second bracket. Then the minus p in the first bracket will also multiply everything in the second bracket as illustrated in our second step. Then we are now removing brackets. M times n, we get mn. Then m times 1, here it is m times 1. Then minus p times n, here it's written minus p times n. Then minus p times 1, here it is written. Then from there, we move on. M times n, we get mn. Then m times 1, any number multiplied by 1, anything multiplied by 1, we get that thing. Even if it's 100 times 1, it's 100. A million times 1, it's a million. So here we have m times 1. So we are going to get m. Then minus p times n, we get minus pn. Minus p times 1, we get minus p. This one has been explained. If we look at each term in this expression, we now see there are no like terms. We have mn, we have m, we have pn, we have p. So this becomes our final answer. Then let's move to our last example, whereby we are having x plus 3, which is being raised to the power 2. We have x plus 3, which is being raised to the power 2. By raising to the power 2, it simply means we are going to multiply that thing by itself. So if it's 2 to the power 2, it simply means it's going to be 2 times 2. If it's 3 to the power 2, it simply means it's 3 times 3. So in this case, we have this bracket which is being raised to the power 2. So it simply reduces to this bracket times this bracket, which takes us back to binomial multiplied by a binomial. So the x in the first bracket will multiply everything in the second bracket. Then the plus 3 in the first bracket will multiply everything in the second bracket. Then simplifying x times x, here it is. Then x times plus 3, here it is. Then we go to the second bracket, 3 times x, we get 3 times x. Then 3 times 3 as here. Then the next step, we have to simplify x times x. We got x squared. X times 3, we got 3x. Then 3 times x, we got 3x. Then 3 times 3, we got 9. We have to be taking care of our signs, knowing that if it's a positive multiplied by a positive, we get a positive. A negative multiplied by a negative, final answer must be a positive. And if it's a negative multiplied by a positive, final answer must be a negative. We check here again, we are having like terms that they are highlighted again in green, which is plus 3x plus 3x. So we end up having our final answer as x squared. This one, we just take it as it is. Then these like terms, we are going to simplify them. Plus 3x, we are going to get plus 6x. Then this last term, we take it as it is to get a final answer of x squared plus 6x plus 9. Thank you.